Hello! Today's lesson is about using equations to answer questions. You know how to write linear equations. You know how to use linear equations to find values by plugging in numbers. And you know how to solve equations. Some of you might have trouble solving equations. I will go over that again in this lesson. You're going to put those skills together. I'm going to give you a situation. You're going to write an equation for that situation, and then you are going to use the equation to answer questions about that situation. Okay, let's get started. Remember, the proper form for a linear equation is y equals mx plus b, where m is the unit rate and b is the start amount. M, unit rate, B, start amount. Okay, so if you can identify the unit rate and the start amount, you can write the equation. Let's try an example. Here's our first example. The tree was put into the ground when it was 8 inches tall. That must be the beginning because that's when it was put into the ground. Therefore, B must be 8. It grows at a rate, this one, look, it even tells you that this is a rate, grows at a rate of 3 inches per month, so M must be the rate, right? So M is the rate, so the rate is 3, M is 3. B is the start amount. It was put into the ground when it was 8 inches tall, B must be 8. Now before we continue, let's consider whether either of these should be negative. Well, it's growing at a rate of 3 inches. It's not getting smaller, it's growing. So therefore, M3 should be positive 3. It was put into the ground when it was 8 inches tall. It wasn't below ground level, it was 8 inches tall. So that means that B8 must be positive also. Remember, the form of the equation is y equals mx plus b. So this equation will be y equals 3x plus 8. Because that's M and that's B. All right? Now, how tall will it be after 10 months? Well, since the rate is 3 inches per month, that means X must be months. And Y, since B is 8 inches, Y must be inches. All right, so let's use 10 months. We'll go where X goes because X is the number of months. So it will be Y equals 3 times 10 plus 8. All I did was the same equation but substituted 10 in for X. So Y equals 30 plus 8. Y equals 38. There's the steps that you need to show. Now you also must answer the question. How tall will it be after 10 months? Well, 38. And since 8 is inches, it will now be 38 inches tall. And it's good practice to circle. Okay, next. This next part is the same example. We know M is 3, we know B is 8, we know the equation y equals 3x plus 8. Tree put into the ground when it was 8 inches tall, grows at a rate of 3 inches per month, same exact situation, same M, same B, same equation. But now I'm asking a different question. When will the tree reach a height of 80 inches? Remember, y is inches and x is months. Since 80 is inches, 80 goes in for y this time. So it's 80 equals 3x plus 8. And what we're looking for is the value of x, which means we're solving the equation. The equal sign is here. X is to the right. That means that we have to get rid of the other things on the right. We need to get rid of the 3 and the plus 8. Okay? How do you which one are we going to get rid of first? the 3 or the plus 8? Well, you should always get rid of the addition first, and the opposite of plus 8 is minus 8. I put this minus 8 on the right side of the equal sign. There's the equal sign. The minus 8 is on the right side. I need to put another minus 8 on the left side. On the left side is this 80, so I'll put a minus 8 there also. Whatever we get rid of on one side, we have to get rid of it on the other side also. 80 minus 8 is 72 equals 3x. I don't need to put plus 0 because 3x plus 0 is just 3x. Next, all I have left is this 3. Remember we had to get rid of the 3 and the plus 8? Well, we got rid of the plus 8. Now we have to get rid of the 3. The 3 is multiplying x. To get rid of a 3 that multiplies, you have to divide by 3. And since I divide the right side by 3, I need to divide the left side by 3 also. 72 divided by 3. 3 goes into 7 2 times, with 1 left over. 3 goes into 12 rather, 4 times. So x must be 24. We've solved it. There are all the steps to solving, but you need to check it. So x is 24. 80 from the 80 equals from the equals 3 from the 3, but we don't write x, we put in 24. Plus from the plus sign and 8 from the 8. 80 equals 3 times 24 is 60 plus 12 is 72 plus 8. 80 equals 80. That came out equal, so we know that x equals 24 is the right solution. Those are the steps of the check step. All you have to do is now answer the question. When will the tree reach a height of 80 inches? Well, x is months, so therefore it will be 24 months. And there's that example. Let's try another example. This is our second example. All right. The submarine started out. Well, started out. That means that periscope depth 8 meters deep must be the start amount, so B is 8. And dove down at a rate of 5. The rate is 5, so this must be 5. Since the rate is 5, M is 5. Since it's 8 meters deep, at the start, B is 8. Let's take a moment and see if either of these should be negative. Well, it's 8 meters deep. It's not 8 meters above, and deep is below, so below is negative 8. B is not 8, B is negative 8. Dove down at a rate of 5 meters per second. If it's going down, that's towards negative, so that's negative also. So M is negative 5, B is negative 8. The equation, remember, y equals mx plus b. So the equation must be y equals negative 5x. Now I could put plus negative 8, but that's a lot of writing. So instead, I'm going to put minus 8. It means the exact same thing as plus negative 8, but it's shorter, and shorter is always better. Okay. Where will the submarine be after 20 seconds? Well, x must be seconds because it's 5 meters per second, so we'll replace the x with 20. So y equals negative 5 times 20 minus 8. Everything is the same as the equation, but the x turns into a 20. This, we just have to evaluate. We don't have to solve because y is already by itself here. We don't need to figure out what y is equal to. Y is equal to this. We just need to find out what this is. Y equals 5 times 20 is 100, so that means that this is negative 100 minus 8. Negative 100 because it was negative 5, and the 20 is not negative, so it doesn't cancel it out. Now we have y equals, this is down 100, this is down 8 more. Will it be down 92? That doesn't even make sense. We just went down 100. Won't it be down at least 100? In fact, it will be down more than 100. It will be negative 108. So now we have to answer the question, where will the submarine be? Well, we know it's going to be 108 meters, and we know it's meters because it says this is meters. And it's 108 meters, but it's negative, so is it above the water or below the water? Since it's negative, it will be below the water. Notice, below the water takes care of it being negative. You don't want to put another negative sign in. That would be a double negative, and that would be contradictory and redundant. I'm just making my handwriting a little bit cleaner. So there's the first example. Now that's the beginning of the second example. Sorry. Same situation, same submarine. Started out at a periscope depth of 8 meters deep, so that's -8. Dove down at a rate of 5 meters per second, so that's -5. Equation y equals -5x minus 8. Now, when will the submarine reach a depth of 243 meters? Well, that means y is going to be 243 this time. So we'll write it as 243 equals -5x minus 8. But just a moment. If it's 243 meters below, that won't be positive. It will be -243 equals -5x minus 8. Okay. Here is the equal sign. X is on the right side of the equal sign. That means we have to get rid of the -5 and the -8. Which one will we get rid of first? We'll get rid of the -8 first because you always get rid of the adding first. -8, the opposite of minus is +8. The opposite of -8 is +8. So the opposite of -8 is +8. That is on the right side of the equal sign. Whatever you do to the right side of the equal sign, you have to do to the left side of the equal sign also. Here is the equal sign. The left side is -243. So when we are doing something to that side, that means we are doing it to that side, to the -243. -243 plus 8 is -235 equals -5x. 8 minus 8 is 0, but I don't need to put 0 because 5x plus 0 is just 5x. So -5x plus 0 is -5x. I'll just put the -5x. I'll skip the putting the 0. It's not needed. Okay. We got rid of the -8. That means we still have the -5 to get rid of. -5 is multiplying x. To get rid of multiplication, you divide. So we'll divide this by -5. If we divide the right side by -5, then we have to divide the left side by -5 also. Okay. Negative divided by negative is positive, notice. So this is going to be a positive number. 5 goes into 23 4 times with 3 left over. 5 goes into 35 7 times, so that's 47, positive 47. Negative divided by negative is positive, and that makes 1, and 1 times x is x. So that must be the solution. But we have to check it. So -243 equals -5 times what number? 47. That's what x should be. So 47 minus 8. -243 equals 5 times 40 is 200. 5 times 7 is 35. -235 minus 8. -243 equals, this goes down 235 and down another 8 is down 243 altogether. They are the same value, so therefore x equals 47 must be the solution. What will be the answer to the question? When will the submarine reach a depth of 243? Well, it's 47 something, and it's 47 seconds because that says seconds. Seconds. 47 seconds is when it will reach a depth of 243 meters below the water level. And that's the whole idea of this. Make sure you are showing all of your steps. Make sure you are doing your check step. Make sure that you are answering the questions. Okay? Ask any questions if you have them.